Good morning. My name is Victoria Jeffries, and I'll be facilitating the information session for Purchase College and SUNY. Our presenter is rebooting his computer right now, so he will be back on shortly. I will want to take care of some housekeeping items for us while we are waiting that to come back on. With the panel, it will be less than 45 minutes today in the time that we will be in this particular meeting room. And even though there is not a camera or a microphone for you, you are able to ask those questions through the Q&A feature. Christopher's back. And if there is anything that you are not able to catch or you want to go back and review from this session, please make sure that you go online to oacac.org and you can see the recording within a week after we're finished. And there are other colleges with information sessions, so I do encourage you to go on and see if there are other schools that you can explore from home and learn more about. So if you'll give us just a couple more minutes, we will work through some technical challenges that we're having and we will get started. So thank you very much.
All right, I'm back.
Back, are we ready to go?
How do I, what am I doing here?
Turn on your camera for us.
Yes.
There you are. Share your screen?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you got.
All right. Oh, you know what? Give me 2 seconds. One moment. Okay. Oh, not gonna work. Okay. Okay, it's okay. We'll come back to it. All right, I'm coming. Sorry.
No.
All right, so let's do it. Share screen. And then I'm just going to start as soon as I share the screen, right?
You surely can.
And when the time's running out, like when we're approaching 45 minutes, are you going to let me know, or?
I'll turn my camera back on. So when you see me, if you're approaching your 45 minutes, that means you have 2 minutes left.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. You ready to go?
I'm all set. Yep.
It's all yours.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to, well, thank you first off for taking the time to participate in the Virtual College Exploration Day with Purchase College. My name is Christopher Yesko. I am an admissions advisor for Purchase, and I will be talking to you a little bit about Purchase today, who we are, what we offer, and what we typically look for when we're reviewing potential candidates for admission to the school. Before we get started today, I just want to provide you all with a couple tidbits about myself. First off, I am a Rockland County native, which is a neighboring county to Westchester County, which is where Purchase College is located. So I actually know the surrounding areas pretty well. If anybody has questions about the area, we can always connect during the session or afterwards moving forward. I'd be more than happy to tell you about the surrounding areas. There's more than enough things to do being a Purchase College student, specifically because of our location, and I'll dabble into that throughout the presentation. The applications I review are several different ones that fall within the natural and social sciences. So as you can see there, you got biology, chemistry, biochemistry, environmental studies, economics, mathematics, and computer science. And I also review undeclared applicants. So I'm sure a number of you may be undecided as to what you want to do when you go away to college, which is fine. I was undecided. Just so you know, a quick little fact, most colleges and universities allow you to complete 2 full years before you are required to declare a major. So if you're one of those students who's really not sure about what you want to do, fear not. Just know that you'll have plenty of time to figure that out as you go along. Excuse me. And also because for fear of forgetting, I wanted to put my email right up front now. So for all of you that want to connect with me moving forward, please feel free to jot down my Purchase email address right now. You could also always email the general admissions email account at admissions@purchase.edu. So to start off, let me just go through some common stats and facts about Purchase College to give you guys a general overview of our school. Like I said, we're located in Westchester County, New York. We're a small public liberal arts college founded in 1967 by Governor Nelson Rockefeller, who had the idea of creating this unique institution outside the major suburbs of New York City, because we're actually very close to Manhattan, which is great for a number of different reasons. And we're really unique in that we have a lot of traditional liberal arts and science-based programs offered at Purchase, but we also have these unique professional conservatory BFA style programs that we offer as well, that make our campus, very diverse and dynamic. Probably the two biggest things or the two greatest qualities about our institution and our college community is that we are very diverse and we're a very inclusive campus. And I'll get more into that as we go. So we're a public institution. We're also part of this SUNY system. So we're Purchase College SUNY, which stands for the State University of New York. And that's really important to know because there's a number of different schools that fall within that public higher education college system that are scattered, variously throughout the state of New York. And they provide certain benefits. There's students definitely don't go without their benefits for attending a SUNY college. So I'll touch upon those two throughout the presentation. We are a medium-sized school. We're for total student enrollment, we have a little bit over 4,100 students overall, and we have about 106 graduate students, which makes for a really nice size. And I know that from experience. So we're also very largely residential, which is a really important thing. I would say of paramount importance, because it's important to attend a school, or at least in my personal opinion, to attend a college or university that has most of its students remaining on campus at all times. So 2/3 of our students do reside in our campus residence facilities, And we also have about 86% of our incoming freshmen living on campus. So that's really important to know as well. We're about a 500-acre campus overall. So it's really nice because everything's within walking distance and easily accessible. Relative ease of transportation is definitely a huge thing at Purchase because we do allow students to bring their car to campus all 4 years. So if you drive, you can bring your car in as a incoming freshman. I told you we aren't far away from New York City, which is a huge thing. We're about a 40-minute express train ride outside of Midtown Manhattan. So there's a local train station not far off from our campus grounds that'll bring you right down into Grand Central Terminal in Midtown Manhattan, which is amazing. We also, of course, have bus transit systems to bring you to and from different areas, including the city. We have our own campus shuttle called the Loop that'll bring you to various areas. And we even have a local airport not too far off from our campus. So in terms of transportation, we have it. We are, I'm sorry, excuse me. In terms of diversity, that's probably the biggest staple of Purchase College. I'll get into that in a little more. I'll get into more detail, in a little bit. But prior to discussing that, I do want to just give you the breakdown in terms of our academic programs and majors. So I mentioned before we have these liberal arts and science-based programs, as well as these professional conservatory BFA programs. There are about, in terms of the breakdown, there's 56% of our students majoring in a liberal arts and science-based program at Purchase. About 39%, of our students major in one of those conservatory BFA programs, which includes different things such as dance, music, theater arts, at the School of Art and Design. And then about 5% of our students come in undeclared. Just to give you a sense of, how many students major in what. Now, one huge thing about Purchase that I absolutely love is think wide open. What Think Wide Open is, oops, excuse me. 1 second, folks, my apologies. Think Wide Open is a number of different things. It actually serves as Purchase College's motto, but it's really not, it's really more than a motto. It's really our way of life. It's our way of communicating, it's our way of thinking, and it's our way of engaging, I would say, wholly as a college community. It really just ties into everything that makes us uniquely Purchase, as I always like to say. And it really stems from how we interact as an institution, right down to how we review applicants and in terms of who we look for, in terms of being a good fit for Purchase College. You know, at Purchase, we have these students that share a deep commitment to, well, I should say a deep commitment and respect for individuality and diversity, as well as creativity and innovation. So we're looking for those people that keep their minds open. We look for students that, you know, think outside the box and don't, you know, necessarily apply or approach everything from a conventional standpoint. It's really about thinking beyond that and, you know, asking those difficult questions. So we attract students of many different diverse passions and interests, and it really does make for a really enriching overall campus experience for our students. So this is really unique to Purchase, and it is something that you'll see on our application should you guys decide to apply down the line. Just to let you know really quick, I'll go over this in a little bit, but we ask you what those words Think Wide Open mean to you individually. So if you decide to apply to Purchase, you will see that on the application. And there's a number of different ways you can answer that question. It's really however you want to answer it. You can write a traditional essay to answer it and talk about whatever you want, or you can do, provide different submissions. So I've seen a lot of different things, so you can get creative with it. You can do, I've seen students submit originally composed songs. I've had video submissions of different short films. People have submitted short stories, poetry, visual artwork, and the like. So it's really unique and distinctive to our institution in terms of the application process. And I always like to let students know about it. So you will see it come back up if you move forward with us. Excuse me. Purchase is academically rigorous. Now, there's a few important things to talk about here. First off, I would say what really serves as the backbone of a Purchase College education is the faculty the educators for our institution. And that's for a number of different reasons. But first off, right off the bat, they're very, across the board, we have a prestigious and renowned group of faculty in all the various disciplines, whether we're talking liberal arts and science programs or our professional conservatory BFA programs. And because of that reason, our students really benefit from a unique college experience and education that really gets them geared up and prepared for, becoming future working professionals in those designated fields. A lot of our professors are PhD-bearing individuals. Some of them have multiple degrees. A lot of them have prior or current experience in the fields in which they teach. So they have a lot of prior knowledge that they, provide in the classroom or in the studios, which is really important because it really gives our students, an upper hand in a sense in preparation for, a future career. We have a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which is great. So on top of that, we not only have these renowned, prestigious faculty members that teach all our classes and programs, but we have the opportunity to really connect our students to those professors. You'll never be a number at Purchase. And on top of it, our professors really get to develop and maintain these close working relationships with their students and vice versa. So I told you it's a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and we have an average classroom size of 18. So think about that. It's pretty impressive, and it certainly can only benefit the students at the college level, because as we all know, college can be challenging at times. So you guys will come to find that as you go through your process. But it's nice to know that you can connect with the professors when you need to. Also, we have something called freshman seminar that every first semester, first year student will do. So as an incoming freshman for the fall semester, you will do freshman seminar. What it does is it just simply helps you get fully acclimated to college life. So it's helping you take that big leap or hurdle from, you know, your life in high school to this new life and new chapter of your life from a college standpoint. So it's really important. We'll connect you to all of our resources, let you know, everything that we offer, where to get it, when to find it, and how you can gain access to it. And it really helps just integrate you, or immerse you rather, into our campus culture, which, comes by the boatloads. On the flip side, one thing that's really unique about Purchase is that we require what is called the completion of a senior project. So every student, no matter what major they're doing, will complete a particular project their last year in school. And it's a year-long independent study that's overseen and guided by guided directly by a faculty member. So it's somebody you may already know, most likely that's going to be watching you closely and making sure you're progressing through whichever assignment you're doing, and that you're ultimately achieving the goal of the assignment by the end of the year. And that's really beneficial too. So at Purchase, I told you we have different programs. The senior project can come in many different forms. It really just depends on what type of program you're doing. So let's say you're doing a liberal arts and science-based program. You're most likely going to do a research paper or a project for your senior project that will be directly related to your program of study or something that you've already worked on prior during your first 3 years. And it's really a culmination of everything you've learned too. Or if you're a performer, let's say you're doing one of the conservatory programs, you're most likely going to do a performance for your senior project. So something you work on throughout the entire year. In terms of one big final performance. Maybe you're an aspiring artist that's coming to Purchase to do one of our programs that fall within our School of Art and Design, which is great. You might have an exhibition that you do for a final senior project. So it varies, but it's really crucial to your overall, the completion of your degree program. Let's keep moving forward. So I told you there's a vast array of academic programs and performance-based programs at Purchase. First off, let's talk a little bit about the School of Liberal Arts and Sciences. So this houses different areas of study, such as your humanities, which would be different things like art history, philosophy, English, literature, etc. Your natural and social sciences fall into that category. So some of the programs that I review that I mentioned before, all your sciences, biology, chemistry, social sciences fall in this category. So that covers a ton of different things, psychology, sociology, anthropology, economics, political science, all those types of programs fall within the liberal arts and sciences, as well as our film and media studies program. And the big distinction to understand at Purchase is the way the programs are structured and laid out based off of what program you're doing. So if you plan on majoring in any program that falls within this school, you're going to have a good amount of opportunity to explore various disciplines next to the specific field that you're majoring in. So for example, if you're coming to Purchase and you want to major in political science, you'll complete a certain number of courses or classes that satisfy a certain number of credits to work towards completing your degree in political science. Now, it may range anywhere from like 40 to 50 credits that are specific to the field of political science. And then outside of that, the remaining amount of credits you have to complete, you have a variety of different classes that you can take to satisfy your degree. Now, just so you understand, since you're high school students, you may not know this yet, in general, the standard requirement to attain a 4-year degree is usually to complete 120 credits over the course of 4 years. So if you take that number and you divide it by 4, you're looking at 30 credits evenly each year, or 15 credits per semester. So once again, if we're doing political science, once you hit that 40 mark, or you go a few credits after that, over that, excuse me, you still have a lot of opportunities to explore different fields, which is important to know because you might still not really know for sure what you want to do, or you might want to keep your options open, even if you're majoring in something. And you might stumble upon a hidden passion or desire when you explore the waters, so to speak, and take different courses. So very interesting. It's important to know. And of course, when it comes to all these types of programs, the main framework that they're grounded in is research, and undergraduate research and pre-professional preparation is what gears these programs. Now, let's transition a bit. So now I want to briefly discuss the School of the Arts. Once again, I told you guys, excuse me. This includes the Conservatory of Dance, the Conservatory of Music, the Conservatory of Theater Arts, our School of Art and Design, which provides a number of different programs that range from such things as graphic design, photography, sculpture, painting and drawing, printmaking. We also offer an interdisciplinary track in the visual arts, and we also provide a Bachelor's of Science in Visual Arts. So they all have different purposes and do different things, but I want to be able to get through this presentation today on time, so we can always talk more about them in more detail moving forward. After the presentation, we'll be able to connect later on. But to give you a general overview, I want to just start off with the credits, because I was just talking about the liberal arts and sciences. So the main trade-off here with these conservatory BFA style programs is that if you come to purchase to pursue one of those programs, you're coming for the most part to pursue that discipline. You will still have opportunities to explore other areas with your curriculum, but for the most part, your program is going to be designed or devised around that particular discipline. So let's say you want to come to purchase a dance. Well, then you're coming to dance. For most of those programs, the minimum requirement in terms of credits to satisfy is at least 90 plus credits. So remember I mentioned before 120 credits over a course of 4 years. So at least 90 plus credits will be attributed to that particular discipline, whether it be dance, music, theater arts, etc. So that kind of shows you right there the trade-off in terms of how much coursework you take in your designated field. In terms of these programs, the main thing to know, I've mentioned it a couple times, is that they're professional style programs. So it's really important to know, because the reputations of each program are astounding. Our students really do have access to amazing resources next to the faculty that represent them. So our students really, in general, receive access to the highest levels of professional training. And of course, the programs are designed to, nurture these students and prepare them for their future working careers by bringing them through, grueling and not grueling, but rigorous and comprehensive studio practice. So these students become, well prepped and geared to become, future leaders and working professionals in those various areas. We have, state-of-the-art style institutions. We have state-of-the-art facilities for some of these programs. We have unlimited resources really across the board in terms of venues for our students to practice their performances and shape their crafts. Like for example, our music building is open 24/7. So all year round, everybody who majors in one of our music programs at Purchase has access to everything that's in the music building at any time. If, let's say, a student has the itch to practice their instrument. Maybe they're going to be an instrumental performer and they get admitted to Purchase for the Conservatory of Dance. They can go to the music building at 3 in the morning if they want and, play the flute or violin or the saxophone or guitar, so it's really something. Our dance building is very unique in that it was the first of its kind. And by that, I mean, it was the very first building designed specifically for dance performance, for the education and instruction of dance on any college campus nationwide. That's a huge thing. And it has a lot of amazing attributes to it. So our performers, are well equipped with everything required to make them successful. That's the main takeaway from this. Purchase is an incredible value for a number of different reasons. I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation that we have we're part of this large public network of schools because we're part of the SUNY system. For that reason, in terms of the cost of attendance, first off, we are definitely reasonable. What I always like to say is we're financially feasible in general, which I believe we are, especially in today's times. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, for the cost of education for a full-time undergraduate out-of-state student for this year that we started is a little bit under $33,000 a year. So, if you take that and you apply it or compare it to other institutions that you may be looking at or considering applying to, I'm sure it'll be, a reasonable rate. So, and that doesn't go without acknowledgement for, good academic standing. We do offer scholarships to all of our students that do qualify based off of specific criteria. You don't have to apply for a scholarship. We automatically consider you when we review you for admission. So if you have a certain GPA, you can qualify for an academic-based scholarship. If you're applying to one of our conservatory BFA programs and you have certain talents and future potential that you can bring to the stage, so to speak, you might be offered a talent-based scholarship. So it's really important to know that. And we also provide over 70% of our students receive financial aid, which is important to note. Another huge thing is study abroad. Because of the SUNY system, we do, technically you guys have the opportunity to have full access to upwards of 80 students have access to over 800 different study abroad programs. Now, that's not to say that Purchase College specifically offers 800 different study abroad programs, but it is to say that because we're part of the SUNY system, overall, all of the schools, which I believe make 65 different institutions within the system, provide their own separate study abroad programs, and we have an exchange program system set up. So if you come to Purchase for the next 4 years and you're very interested in studying abroad, maybe there's a program offered at another SUNY college that we don't offer at Purchase, you could still opt to participate in that program. So that's really important to know. So that leaves us really above the mark in terms of most other competitors. I highly doubt other competitors will have more study abroad opportunities than that. So it really kind of just puts us above the number. Let me rephrase my saying. It really is just to say that we have probably the most opportunities that you could find amongst other competitive colleges or institutions that you're looking at. So if you want to study abroad, we have it, and we have unlimited options for you essentially. So there's more than enough to find something that you would most likely be interested in. Um, oops, sorry, folks, give me 1 second. Now, I've talked about academics, but as we all know, college is not just about academics, it's about everything else that comes with it. And at Purchase, we are definitely, more than just simply academics. Purchase is very unique. I told you at the beginning, we're a very diverse institution. Let's talk about athletics really quickly. We have athletics. We're Division III. All right, we're part of the Skyline Conference, and our school mascot is the Panther, as some of you may or may not have already guessed. And we do offer 17 different men's and women's college level intercollegiate sports. So we offer a lot of the common ones that you would expect a school to maybe have. I would say with the exception of football. We do not have football, but we have a lot of different things. Basketball, obviously, as you can see from the slide, you're currently viewing baseball, softball, lacrosse, tennis, volleyball, etc. Soccer. In terms of, on the flip side, student activities and campus culture and campus traditions. We have a lot of things, a lot of different things going on at Purchase all year, every year, which really makes it unique. We offer over 60 different student clubs and organizations, first off, each tailored to, provide different things to our students. We are also very culturally sound. We have, a few different cultural type clubs. So if you're interested in that, we offer that as well. We are LGBTQ representative. So we do offer a group representative of that as well. There's a lot of unique programs, a lot of unique campus activities and student clubs and organizations at Purchase. If you ever want more specifics on it, you can always contact the PSGA or the Purchase Student Government Association to get the specifics. They're the organization that oversees all of our campus activities. We have a lot of unique things. We have a anime club. We have academic clubs. So we have an improv club if you're into humor or comedy. We actually have two different types of clubs for comedy. We have the Cheese Club. We have the Green Team. So if you're a health conscious person and you care about the environment, which hopefully you do, I would say that all of the Purchase College community does. We have something for that. There's really a lot of different options and opportunities for our students. And we do offer some unique traditions at Purchase each year. The first one I want to throw right out there is that we offer what is called the Zombie Prom. And it sounds just like the name designates. It's a prom that you go to where everybody dresses up as zombies. So it's a lot of fun. I don't know exactly how long that tradition's been around, but I'm sure a student probably created it. And that was one of the first things I heard about when I started working for Purchase College, and I absolutely love it. And I'm hoping to attend one day. But we do offer a zombie prom each year. We offer Pancake Madness, which is scheduled around midterms and final exams. So we do always keep in mind all the rigors and stresses that our students are undergoing at all times, especially during those high stress times of the year. So what we do is we allow students to go to the cafeteria, our main dining facility, and basically eat endless pancakes to help them, de-stress a little and relax prior to taking their midterm exams or final examinations. So we do that twice each semester, which is really nice. You can go have a nice big full meal, make sure you're good to go, and relax a little as you wait to take those big exams. We also have a culture shock, which is a huge event on campus. We have a 3-day music festival that takes place. There's a lot of different fun activities that students can participate in. Bands come to perform, live musicians. or professional musicians, I should say, excuse me, as well as Purchase College musicians. They'll take part in it too and do their own performances if they're part of the music conservatory or part of a music, program at Purchase. We have the Fall Ball, which is a drag show, so very interesting. A lot of students actually participate in that and train for it months in advance. So they're really involved in different engagements like that on campus. So there's a lot of different campus functions. And what I always like to tell students is that if there's something at Purchase that we don't already offer in terms of a student club or organization, there's always the possibility or potential to create that club or organization yourself as a student, which is great. You could do that. And it's really, I always like to just add, it looks really good on a resume too, down the line, if you're thinking about, internships and of course, a job after Purchase, establishing anything in college, it's good because it does reflect leadership qualities, which employers will and should see. So I always just like to, throw that out there so you guys can keep that as a mental note. But keep that in mind. The more you can put on your resume, the better. But once again, we are, to that point, I told you guys we're right outside New York City. We're actually the northern nearest suburb to New York City. So there's Manhattan, and then there's the Bronx above Manhattan, and then there's us, Westchester County, right above the Bronx. So when you guys are looking for internship opportunities, the city's right outside us. So you're going to have ample opportunity to, seek out and pursue, various internships if you should so desire. And our faculty really helps you, with the networking side of that. And of course, we have a career development center that'll help you, put your first foot in the right direction to get involved with any available internships based off of the program you're pursuing. And of course, employment after Purchase. So that's a screenshot of the Fall Ball I was telling you guys about, one of our campus traditions each year. The one where the students get really involved with it. I told you about study abroad before. This is just a quick snapshot I want to talk about. So we have a lot of different study abroad opportunities readily available for students throughout the academic year. So typically students will do a study abroad program in the fall or spring. However, we do offer some programs during the winter and summer. And this right here is a slide specific to a study abroad program we offer in the winter in Roatan, Honduras. It's very unique. It's studying biology and marine ecology for 3 weeks in Honduras. You'll get scuba certified for the program. I'm sorry, I don't know if I think I said it was 3 weeks long just a few moments ago. If I didn't, it's a 3-week course. So like I said, it's held during the winter break, which isn't very long. So it's a short program, but you can conceivably get credit for it. And it's very unique. And it's a beautiful area, obviously. So I always like to tell students about that because some students will come to Purchase and pursue one of our conservatory BFA programs where they really don't have much opportunity, or I shouldn't say opportunity, but just they don't have enough time outside of their schedule to do certain things, such as study abroad during the regular academic year, because perhaps the program doesn't allow it. So this leaves for extra opportunities for those students to still participate in a study abroad program. So it's really nice. Some students may do this in the wintertime if they're majoring in dance or music or the theater arts, or maybe they'll do it during the summer. But it's just good for you to know that we have those additional opportunities for students that may not be able to participate during the regular school year. All right. Purchase is eager to accept those who think wide open. I mentioned the college motto before. Now I'd just like to give you a quick rundown of our general admissions requirements. So this is for programs outside of the conservatory BFA programs. So our liberal arts and science degrees, if you're applying for any of those majors, what we'll need from you is, well, first and foremost, regardless of what major you're applying for, you can complete the application. And you can complete one of two applications actually with purchase. So we offer both the common application as an option, but we also have our own separate SUNY application. They both provide the same information, so either one is fine. Excuse me. So you'll complete that. Obviously, we'll need you to submit your official high school transcript. In addition to that, we require one letter of recommendation. There's a college essay that you will complete. There's the Think Wide Open prompt, which I already told you about. Excuse me. And then what's important to mention is that we are test optional. So purchase doesn't necessarily require the submission of SAT or ACT scores. So you don't have to submit those if you don't want to. However, if you are happy with your score and confident in your score, you can submit it to help support your overall application. To give you an idea of what we're looking for with the GPA and standardized test scores, should you decide to submit. For the GPA, we're looking for a solid B average or higher. So about an 85 and above is typically what we look for. An 88 cumulative GPA is the average for most of our students that are applying to purchase. So if you're in that range for standard admission, that's certainly a good thing. For the SATs, typically we're looking for between an 1150 to an 1170. And with the ACT, we're looking for a composite score between 24 to 26. Now, purchase takes a holistic approach to reviewing applications for admission, which is really important. So for us, it's really not just about the numbers, not just about the GPA or standardized test scores. We look at the whole individual. So we're looking at everything. Everything is important to us, and every piece of your application bears weight. So keep that in mind. If you don't fall within those ranges, it doesn't necessarily mean you won't be admitted to purchase. That's the standard admissions requirements. And we do have a couple of other special programs where a student may qualify for it, that it will allow them to be admitted to purchase, and they may fall below that GPA range or those standardized test score ranges. So we do offer a lot of different ways. Equity, we do provide equity in that sense for students to be admitted to purchase outside of our traditional GPA, our traditional criteria for admission. Excuse me. And in terms of, got 2 minutes left. All right, so that's okay because I'm getting close to the end. So that's the general overview for applying for admission. Now, once again, everyone, remember, if you're applying to one of the conservatory programs, there will be additional requirements next to these general admissions requirements. All right. So once again, it's the application, whether it's the SUNY app or the Common App. You're going to submit your official high school transcript. At least one letter of recommendation. You can submit more if you'd like to help support your application. I didn't mention that before, but you can submit 2 or 3. The essay, the Think Wide Open submission, and SATs and ACTs if you want to. If you don't want to, it's optional. All right, so you can forego that requirement. And the last couple of things that I want to just leave you guys off with before you go today is a couple of new installments to purchase. First off, we have a brand new Center for Media, Film, and Theater, which is really nice. So once again, there's a lot of different resources in addition to separate facilities on campus for programs that fall within those categories. So it's just additional resources for everyone, not even just for students in those conservatory style programs. But this is a new building at Purchase. So that's really important. And lastly, we have a relatively new upperclassmen residence hall. It's actually called Way Back at Purchase. Our students do name all of our residential facilities, so it's really nice. So this one's called Way Back. As you can see on the screen, if you look to the right, in the back, on the right-hand side, excuse me, is Way Back. And that's upperclassmen housing, and it was built just this past year, I believe, in the fall of 2009. Very, very new. That being said, I want to thank you all for taking some time to learn about Purchase College today. I certainly thank you. I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe during these trying times. I'm sure this process in and of itself is a lot to deal with just under normal circumstances. So I certainly commend all of you for doing your due diligence with attending these sessions and learning more about all the colleges that you're interested in. I provided my email before, so once again, if you want to contact me moving forward, you can definitely feel free to connect with me by email. My email is christopher.yusko@purchase.edu, or you can email the general admissions email at admissions@purchase.edu. And thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate you attending.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Christopher, for that great session to explain everything about Purchase College. I do want to reiterate that this was recorded. If you missed anything, you can go to oacac.org to view the recording within the next week when it's posted. There are more colleges with information sessions that on that same website, you can register for those sessions. There's a brief 4-question survey that will be available when I end the webinar. We appreciate your time today. Thank you very much and have a great day. Thank you, Christopher.
Thank you. Take care. Bye, everyone.